Double K is a manufacturer of premium diving equipment in Korea, a vibrant and creative country. At Double K, we focus on constant research to develop innovative and comfortable products to enhance the experience of diving for our customers. We take pride in our cutting-edge and stylish designs, providing a sleek yet professional look whether you're in or out of the water. From wetsuits to fins, masks to equalization tools, Double K has all the freediving accessories you will need. Fall in love with your diving with Double K.
Atmos, inspired by the ocean. Location, speed, direction, altitude, atmosphere. Mission 2 is more than a watch. It follows you wherever you go. On the journey to ageless energy. We won't fear the unknown challenges. We won't hold back our curiosity. Your pulse, your tracks, your wake, the direction and achievement in your life. Distance and breath, merging with the ocean flow, our sweat cleansed in the currents. The world gets darker as we descend deeper. But your light will shine through the depth. A variety of color options. Each Mission 2 embodies your personality.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the 29th AIDA World Championship here in Roatan, Honduras. My name is Brandon Reed. I am a freediving instructor, a breath training coach, and I will be here leading you guys through the action today and what action we have. Today is a overcast day, so good for me. I'm here in my rashi now, so we're nice and protected from the sun. We've got a breeze coming in, pretty windy, but not too bad. Conditions in the water are fantastic as they were yesterday. Still warm, around 28, 29 degrees. Really nice visibility again, 25 to 30 meters. No current as far as I know, so there shouldn't be any issues for the divers. And yeah, we're just here having a great time. Looking at today's start list, we have a few national records. We have 2 continental records with Alejandro Linas of Colombia going for a 96-meter dive, and Walid of Tunisia also going for a continental record for Africa at 101 meters. So we'll have a nice day today. And we're going to start off strong with Regis of France. As a kid, Sydney was suffered quite a bit from asthma and was quite a skinny kid, as he would say. Yeah, he's really sort of done a lot of work to get into this sport and to find sports that are fun and interesting and also don't really trigger that asthmatic response. Sydney has announced 81 meters, so the line is currently set to 81 meters. He has the opportunity to, let me back up. So, as we said yesterday, how the scoring system works for freediving is that, in depth, is that freedivers they announce what they want to dive the night before. They then show up on the day, and in order to get a white card, which is basically the results are perfectly valid and successful dive, you have to dive all the way down to the bottom plate, grab a tag, come all the way back up, all without breaking any of the rules or protocols. If you receive a yellow card, generally that means the card or the dive was okay, but there's a penalty attached to it. So maybe you got down to the max depth, but you didn't grab a tag. That would be a penalty, and that would give you a yellow card. The other thing that you could do to get a yellow card would be to potentially start the dive too early. But generally, an early turn is what will get you a yellow card. And then red card is when you do not complete the dive successfully. Either you do not complete the surface protocol, or you, for example, have a hypoxic event where your airways dip below the water after your dive. That sort of stuff. So we want to be seeing all white cards. Yellow cards are okay. We're not a fan of red cards. And hopefully we will have that going during the day today. We're looking at Sydney in free fall now. We see his legs bent pretty hectically. I have not seen someone do free fall with their knees bent like that. Generally what you want to see is more of a straight body position. Everything in line, everything long. Although that said, this position doesn't look too bad because he is still in line. It's just a different position that I've never seen before with that intense of a bend in the knees. She's coming up at the bottom. Something important to note is that within that striped area, you are able to basically pull on it as much as you would like in that time. But as soon as you pull outside of that line, that is a red card disqualification. Okay, looking again at Sydney's technique, we are seeing a slight bend in the knee, trying to kick from the hips, not from the knees themselves, but having that slight bend. And then having that power generated from the hips moving down the legs, across the knees, into the ankles, and then kicking and pointing with the toes at the end.
30 up, diver with safety.
You can see that for our deeper dives beyond 80 meters, we have a scooter safety going to meet the diver at 40. And then we have safety 1 and safety 2 meeting them at around 30 and then around 20. All of these safeties are here to support our athletes, make sure that they're diving safely, that there are no issues. Very nice. Nice and easy dive, making it look super easy. So as he's now sitting on the surface, there we go, we've got a white card from the judges. As he's waiting on the surface, judges look at the athletes, they're checking for any signs of hypoxia. They're also looking to make sure that their airways don't dip below the water any of that kind of stuff. And the surface protocol is completed. Surface protocol is as follows. A diver needs to remove all facial equipment, nose clip, mask, goggles, whatever. Give an OK sign with their fingers, and then say I am OK verbally towards the judges. There's one judge in the water in the yellow shirt, and there's another judge, there we can see Pim right now. One judge in the water and another judge sitting on the dive platform. So they face the judges, give the surface protocol, and the judges are looking to make sure that there are no issues with anything like that. Okay, great. Really quickly want to shout out to our sponsors, Atmos, Double K, Paradise Beach Hotel, and the Mayan Princess. Oh, hello. They've been a huge help in supporting this event, making sure that it can run smoothly and effectively, and we really appreciate all of their support. And same thing too for all of the sponsors who are sponsoring our athletes. Sponsors help all of us and all of our training go more smoothly, and it allows divers to actually focus on their training and push more records and make the sport more entertaining for us to watch. So we appreciate all sponsors who are supporting our athletes. Cool. Up next, we have Ben Zions from the US, my fellow countryman. Let's see, do we? Ben is not starting. Okay, cool. So that brings up a good point. As I said earlier, divers need to announce what they're going to dive the night before. A lot of things can change between the night before and the time that they dive. Sometimes they, come down with a little bit of a cough or a runny nose, and as many of you know, for freediving, if you have a runny, stuffy nose, that can be detrimental to your ability to equalize. So some divers will decide on the day not to start, and that is totally within their right to do. And as I always say, it's always better to announce something the night before if you're going to a competition and then not do the thing, rather than deciding not to announce anything and then the day after being like, oh shoot, I feel really good today, I totally could have done the dive. Always better to announce something and then not show up. So, with that being said, we have some time before Rafael shows up and does his national record attempt for Poland. So if you guys have any questions, please do feel free to post them in the YouTube chat. I am here, I am watching, so I will answer any questions you guys have. Otherwise, too, you can also follow myself at Brandon Freediver on Instagram, and you can message me with any questions that you have there as well. Okay. Let's see. So, really quick update on yesterday. For those of you who don't know, you can find the results from yesterday, the start list from today, and any future start lists and results on the AIDA website in the pinned comment in the live chat. And if you go there and you take a look, you will see the results from today, or from yesterday. We had 2 red cards yesterday. We had, let me quickly pull up the results myself. Okay, we had Jarmila Slevenčíková of the Czech Republic, who had a red card due to a surface blackout. And then we also had Jayku of Turkey. She got a red card yesterday. Upon review of her dive, the judges decided that there was a monofin kick that she did during her dive. She protested and unfortunately lost that protest, so she was given a red card. The only other card that was not a white card was Julia Marevich. of Latvia. She had an early turn yesterday. But everyone else got white cards, so there were a bunch of new national records, a bunch of new continental records.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so we had a really great day yesterday, and we're looking forward to another really great day today. Oh, hi, Sylvia. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Water looks a bit chilly. I promise you it is not. It is 28, 29 degrees. Very warm. For some people, one could almost say hot. So, yeah. No, conditions are fantastic. There's a slight, very, very slight movement on the surface, but as far as I can say, better conditions than yesterday. I think as the day sort of goes on, the wind picks up a little bit and the current or the surface movement picks up a little bit. But I mean, beautiful day, stunning conditions. Very, very excited to be watching today's dives. Some of the divers to note for today will be Walid, Alejandro, Rafael, who's coming up momentarily, doing a national record attempt. Rafael currently has the record set at 80 meters, and he's announced 87 meters today. So big jump there. I believe he set that 80-meter record in 2021, although I'm not quite sure when exactly that was. Let me quickly check my notes here. Okay, he did not let me know. So he set that national record sometime in 2021. Otherwise, we have Jordan Alvarez Levia of Cuba, who will be setting a new record. It's an open record at the moment for Cuba. So as long as he completes a white card during his dive, that will be a new national record for Cuba. And then we also have Matti Aronen of Finland, who wants to add another 1 meter onto his current national record for bifins set at 70 meters. He's announced 71 today.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, you're David Day. It's gonna be dynamic too. Yeah, exactly. The best setup ever.
Hi, Stefano. That's a good question. Stefano asks, to show up on the AIDA rankings, an athlete has to register to AIDA. Is there a fee I should pay? Thanks. No. If you go to a competition that is an AIDA competition, you will be added onto the website. AIDA tracks all of the results of all athletes across all competitions. So if you go onto the AIDA website now, you can look up your favorite athlete and see all of the AIDA competitions they have competed in since they started. AIDA has a really great records tracking system that is really, really amazing and really fun to just sort of play around on. So you don't have to pay the fee. You just go to the AIDA event, and they add you right up. On Anchor, yes, that is correct. You cannot add 5 meters, more than 5 meters from your personal best. Now, that said, Rafa's personal best is not 80 meters. His competition personal best is, but his, let's see, official, or his personal best outside of competition is 90 meters. When athletes announce what they're going to do, they are looking at their most recent personal best. Sometimes that might be a competition personal best, other times that might be just a at-home personal best. Athletes do need to have somebody sign off to say that they've done that personal best. That's part of the registration process. So, even though his announcement is 7 meters deeper than what his current national record is, he has done more than what he's announced today before. Amerigo, sorry to hear that. Wish you could have been here. Hopefully next time. Let's see. MP, due to the current conflict going on, the Russian athletes are not competing. you want to come up? Cool. All right, I'm going to be joined now. Oh my God, excuse me. By Christian Meldam of France. He is the French coach. We saw him earlier with Sydney, and he will be up here joining us for a little bit, talking about some of the athletes, checking out some of the action. Oh. Hello.
Good morning, Brandon.
How are you?
Very fine, thank you.
Good.
I'm happy to see you. I'm
Yeah, happy to see you too.
To be here with you.
Yes, amazing. Back in the saddle, doing our thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, we met last year in Cyprus, and you were coming between all these divers, coming up here doing commentary with me, then jumping back in the water, and then coming back up again. And it was really awesome to have you. You bring so much awesome insight and so much history to what we're talking about. So I really appreciate you being here and always coming to show up and hang out.
Thank you very much, Brandon. I was really happy also to share these times with you in Cyprus. And we had such a show last year.
Yeah.
With amazing dives by absolutely fantastic freedivers. And this year we also have great freedivers that are going to dive, and we have some dives to come that are going to be really good ones. So I'm waiting forward to sharing these times with you. And we now have some the strongest freedivers. The big depths are coming right now.
Yes. Yep.
In the next dives, I was happy to coach Sydney Regis just before. Sydney is a newcomer in bifins. He's usually training much more in monofin. So of course it was kind of a test dive, a first dive in competition in bifins, and it was an 81 meter announcement. It was quite conservative announcement.
Okay.
So finally he did it very easy.
It looked so easy. He came up nice and fresh. Actually, I wanted to ask, so he had his hands on his knees and his legs were bent a bit more than I've ever seen. Can you talk a little more about that?
I had a talk just before with him about it, and it's a way to get more relaxed.
Okay.
And also in the phase of when he's doing the mouth feel, is to avoid injuries also.
So because he's more hunched over,
bent.
And there's less risk of having that open airway. And
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. He's a bit more bent, and so of course he's less stretched on the rib cage part. So
okay. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a way
That's
to avoid this kind of risk.
perfect. That's great. Yeah, we haven't actually talked about that because as you know, as we dive deeper, the airs that we bring down gets compressed more and more and more. And at around 40-ish meters, that airspace is basically what it feels like to have forced all of the air out of your lungs and then hold your breath. And so what divers will do is a technique called a mouth fill, where they move air from their lungs at a shallower depth up to their mouth. And in doing so, they can then continue to equalize deeper and deeper and deeper, just using their mouth, the air in their mouth that's been closed off. But as we also say in the yesterday we were talking about it, that can open up to injuries if you open up too wide or if you look up. All of those things can sort of add extra tension on the tissues and can cause squeeze. And so, as you were saying, Sydney is keeping hunched over to protect himself from that.
Exactly. So that's a major concern for freedivers, deep freedivers, is to avoid lung squeezes because of this pressure and this tension they can have on the upper body. So the best way is to find countermeasures to ensure that you are not going to have this problem. So be more bent, be more relaxed at depth. When you make a turn down, is to avoid to make brutal movements.
Right.
You have to make them really softly.
Very slow, very small.
Slowly, exactly. So it's a set of countermeasures to use to avoid this problem.
Good. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you. I was curious about that because I've never seen someone have their hands on their knees like that, but it makes perfect sense. And it actually still looks fairly streamlined.
Yes, that's it. Sydney is a very good spearfisher. He's coming from a spearfishing world. He's living in Martinique, Martinique Island, which is not so far from here. It's in the Caribbean too.
Okay.
And so he's very used to diving with bifins, but he's never trained really that in a real freediving mode, I would say. That's freediving.
Okay.
So I realized, and I told him he's really easy at 81 meters, and he should train a bit more and maybe do some competition in bifins to increase his level. I'm sure he has a very good potential for this discipline.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, with the way that he dove today, it looked very, very easy.
We'll see him in the future on this on these disciplines, I hope.
For sure, for sure. Okay.
Now we have Rafael coming on the line. Rafael is a Polish guy. Is making an attempt to a national record with 87 meters.
87 meters, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 7 meters deeper than what his last national record is. He's done 90 in practice and in training. So we should see a fairly easy dive here from him.
I've seen Rafael during the trainings. He's a good free diver and is increasing his level here in Roatan. So he was very happy to do some PBs and to increase his level. Of course, we all know that in Poland there's also Malina. Mateus is not practicing bifins right now, but he's telling us that in the future we'll probably do some dives. So
sure.
Rafael has to get this national record right now.
Yes,
because
now is the time.
Be challenged in the future.
Yes, yeah, we just saw Matt Molina at Vertical Blue taking first place overall. Yeah?
First place
overall.
Exactly. From Molina, with followed by William Trubridge.
Yes.
So that's an amazing performances. Doing Matt Molina really. With several world records, pool and
pool and as well. Yeah, just recently setting a new pool, I believe a new pool record as well.
So let's check Rafael right now. What is interesting, Rafael is very tall, Rafael, and he has a very nice technique. We could see with his long legs, he's able to push his fins in a really good way and with a very good technique.
Yeah, looking very nice and relaxed. A little bit more open, but I mean, as we always say, you know, it's always a balance between relaxation and your streamline.
That's it. He's reaching the bottom and taking a tag. He looks he's going very slowly.
Very slow.
That's nice. A good way of diving. I mean, free diving.
Well, again, as we were saying, like at that depth, that's where the issue and risk is of having a squeeze. And so, and usually at the bottom is where divers will have the most issue because you're reaching down, you are also then pulling with your other arm on the line.
60 up. 2 minutes.
Yeah, looking nice and relaxed.
Relaxed, streamlined, pushing a bit more, of course. Now needs to kick and to pull to go properly up. So we see that there are two different main techniques in bifins: the very small, quick, fast, and small kicks, and the slower and big amplitude kicks. So we see that he has more amplitude here. He puts some amplitude, and so he's more slow and high amplitude kicks. So it's interesting to see this technique. He is powerful. He's going up quite fast. We can see that the safety free divers struggle to follow him, so he's going really fast.
He is going right through.
And coming up.
Breathe, Rafa. Breathe.
He looks strong.
Yeah, he looks very strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing to say. It's clean.
Yep, clean.
Doesn't look too tired. It's a good dive. He's going to be very happy, Rafael.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but I assume it's his first World Championships. I've never seen him.
I believe so, yeah.
That's nice.
So waiting. And a white card. Very nice. So that is a new national record.
National record for Poland.
Yes. Very nice. Beautiful dive.
Just a second. Okay. 9-3.
One of the things that we saw here was that he started exhaling below the surface, and from any instructor or any freediving course, we're always taught to not exhale under the water. Can you say why Rafa did exhale under the water?
That's an interesting point and a very good question. Brandon, that's right. Deep freedivers really try to exhale before they come up to close, maybe between 10 and 5 meters depth. And that's just to avoid overpressure in their lungs that increase then the risk of a lung squeeze. Because when freedivers come up with the diving reflex, their lungs are protected but also full of blood aside. So the total lung capacity is reduced because of that. So if there are some, if you don't release air before the surface, you're gonna have an overpressure in the lungs, and of course take a risk of injury. So that's a way to avoid injuries to the lung, to exhale before the surface.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Great explanation. Cool. Awesome. So up next, we have Afa Zhang of Chinese Taipei, who's coming up. Afa, I also met last year at Cyprus for the first time. Since then, he's been really busy. He's recently was on a TV show for, I believe it was a underwater photography and modeling TV game show, where he was basically the talent who was teaching the models how to model underwater. And I mean, for those of you who don't know Afa, he is an underwater model himself. He's also just a model. An amazing human being, so friendly, so nice, and a fantastic diver as well. Just came from Vertical Blue, where he had some amazing dives. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what he's doing now. Ooh, do you want to explain what we're seeing now on the screen?
Yes, we have Rafael that is breathing some oxygen right now. So he's down at 5 meters. He's breathing some pure oxygen, and this is a way to avoid decompression sickness. So he's in fact he's making a kind of a purge from his blood system, purge of nitrogen that might be stored in his blood, that was stored during his dive. So that's a good way to recover, to breathe some pure oxygen during maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Some people do it below the surface, so maximum 5 meters. And some people do it at the surface, that's also possible. And that's really to avoid the decompression sickness.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only way for freedivers to avoid this problem, of course, because this is not possible to make deco stops during a freediving dive. So, of course, then it's a post-dive decompression stop.
And it is important to note that divers can get decompression sickness from doing the depths that we're doing now, around, starting maybe 70, 80, 90, depending on how long you're staying down for. It is possible for a free diver to get the bends.
That's right. So there are it can happen that people get bends and a severe bends. I mean, leading them to the hospital and decompression chambers. It happens sometimes. It happened in the past. But also maybe you don't get real bends, but you get a very important tiredness following your dives, and this is due also to this small bends, I would call small decompression sickness that play a role.
Cool. And yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? I'm sure it was something very insightful that I had to say, but I've totally lost it. So, cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Oh, sorry, and that's why we, safety is a top priority here. We have the oxygen set up for the divers who want to use it. We have all the safety team. We have the deep scooter. We have the counter ballast system. Everything is designed to keep the divers as safe as possible to make sure that all they have to do is show up and dive, and then they can get out of here. Please do feel free to spam your support in the chat, wave those flags, all that good stuff. Love to see it. So Afa has announced 88 meters for today's dive.
So Yixian, I don't know how to say it exactly. Yixian, I saw him during the trainings. He's a very strong freediver. He's been doing what I've been seeing in trainings. He was very solid. I've seen him doing over 100 meters dive in free motion, and it was very easy dives. And it was for me a very good surprise to see the level difference between last year in Cyprus.
Yes, yeah.
I was more a challenger, and now he's becoming a 100 range guy. And, in some disciplines, so it's very interesting to see his level increasing and to see his technique. Look at his technique, it's a really proper technique, good technique.
30, down.
He's now already going to the free fall phase.
Yeah, maybe a little early, but I mean every diver is different and every diver also has different weighting.
40, down.
So it's difficult to say what is actually correct.
50 seconds.
Yeah, really nice free fall position here. You can see his arms tucked in.
So his mouth is full of air, we can see that. He looks really relaxed, focused on his dive. And he follows the line, opening the eyes, sometimes just to follow the line and closing them afterwards. So he takes the option to close the eyes and then to open them slightly. Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen other divers yesterday who were diving with the line in their armpit and their arm wrapped around it as another way to not lose the line or to go off too far.
There are different options, of course. When you wrap your arm around the line, it's good because you don't have to open the eyes. But of course, you can break yourself a bit because you're touching the line. So the option is taking here is really to follow the line and not touching it. So of course he's not braking, he's at full speed in his free fall phase. But he needs to follow the line, so he has to open the eyes sometimes to make sure he's at the right distance.
Right.
40, up. 210. With safety. With safety. 30 up. Diver inside. 220. 20 up.
So it's coming back up, looks strong.
Still looking very strong, yeah. Arms above his head in the streamlined position.
Now. Get back. Switch off.
Okay. Afa is up.
Okay.
Strong
Still
recovery.
Good. Strong recovery, but still hypoxic, I would say. So it was
Bit
not
hypoxic.
such an easy dive, but he's okay. He's fine. He looks good.
The boat will come only if I say. Nobody's coming here.
Okay, waiting for the final results.
White card.
And we got a white card.
And that's a white card. Congratulations.
90, 2 down.
Very nice.
Stand by.
I'm sure he's very happy about this first dive.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, very
So
nice.
it's,
Well done, Afa. Great
So
job.
he's going to do some other disciplines such as free immersion, probably also constant weight monofins.
I believe he will do monofin as well, yes. Yeah.
So Yixian, I assume. I
Okay.
assume he was in the vertical blue, if I know well. I don't know if you have some information about it.
Afa or Dean?
Afa.
Sorry. Afa was at vertical blue, yes. Yeah. I do have his results pulled up.
Take a look. I think he made 200 dives. If I
Let's see. He did 74 free immersion, 85 constant weight bifins,
88.
88 and 89 constant weight.
Okay. So it's not in the 100 range, but it's these are very good.
Still very, very good,
very strong.
good dives. I believe that was his first vertical blue as well.
Right set, right okay.
Okay, up next we have Dean Schipolina.
Dean Schipolina. Dean is a very strong freediver. Dean is training from some years now. He's on the circuit, training in different places.
Mm-hmm. I believe he's been training in Tenerife for a while.
He's been training in Tenerife for a while. He's been training in Ajaccio together with Abdel, the Abdel team.
Ah, okay.
So
Yes.
it's a good friend from the Abdel's team. So he knows the French guys very well, and of course that's a good place to train. So Dean is very strong. I've seen him during the trainings, and he's now in the 100 range. It's an 100 range guy, and the dives that I've been saying at training were very strong, very good. So I assume for this World Championships, this will be a serious challenger to go. Why not for a podium? Why not
Absolutely.
for a podium? We see maybe not in this discipline, but maybe in some other disciplines.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, Dean has announced 90 meters, so we'll be watching. Doing his breathe up now, his relaxation phase. Each diver is different with how they do their breathe up. Some like to breathe face up, like we're seeing Dean now. Others prefer to keep their face in the water. Others will breathe up with their sitting on a pool noodle and holding onto the line. And it's really down to personal preference on what the diver wants to be doing.
That's right. So he's really relaxed on the surface right now, Dean. Dean is a former Taekwondo black belt. So he was practicing martial arts in Gibraltar. He's coming from Gibraltar. So he's great British. So he's a great British guy, but he also has a very strong Spanish influence because Gibraltar is in Spain also. So well, in the Spain land. So of course he has both influences, Spanish and English. And he was telling me, I was having a coffee with him 2 days ago. We had a long talk together about our own stories, and he was telling me that he was so happy to be in the freediving world right now because his life before was a very busy life with work, with all different constraints and things, and family, and one day he decided to do some more freediving, and that thanks to the freediving he is practicing right now, to the time it takes for freediving, for training. He's of course feeling far better in his life. He's feeling very good in his life, and he has such a life improvements and a life quality that he has never had, and that he's so happy now because of that, and that really freediving has changed his life in a way.
Amazing. That's so cool to hear. And I think, for a lot of us, that's very, very relatable. I mean, so many of us discover freediving just on a vacation somewhere, and then we are hooked and we cannot stop. And, you go from taking your first course to doing your first competition to doing a world championship, and just like this path that people take is amazing and interesting, and it takes you to new and different and unique locations, seeing different people. And I think that's what I love about this community so much, is that it's small, but it's also so inclusive and so caring and supportive, and it gives you so many amazing and interesting opportunities.
That's right. So there's the outer worlds. I mean, the community, the freediving community. You can have fun and share good times together. But there's also the inner world, and what we were talking about with the dean is about this inner peace he finally found with mindfulness exercises and all what freediving can give you on these aspects. Finding a better inner control, a better knowledge of ourselves, and practicing mindfulness on a daily basis, and really having a life-changing experience.
Woo. Had some wild waves come through here.
There are some waves right now. Okay, some boats made some waves.
Yeah, wow.
Moves the boat a bit.
Okay.
Okay, and
Dean's
Dean's just
down.
left. He was
90 meters.
okay. He's going down. So 90-meter announcement. I think he's able to do it. I'm not afraid of it. But it's still a big dive, of course.
Yes, definitely a big dive.
He's really relaxed. He's going very slowly.
We can see that he has some black bands around his upper thighs, and I believe he probably has his thumbs tucked in there as a way to keep his arms tucked in a streamline position without actually having to activate his arm muscles to hold them there. This is a technique that I've seen quite a bit with a lot of deep divers who are trying to basically save every little ounce of energy that they can for their dive and for their breath hold.
And to be, of course, as relaxed as possible. That's a good way. So they really block their arms and their hands within this elastic bands, and it makes the free fall fully relaxed. He's fully relaxed. Look at it. He's streamlined. He's well.
70 down.
He's quite slow. He was slow on the way down. He's still slow, but everything looks good.
Yeah. Well, I think he's one of the slower divers. He has announced a 3-minute 10-second dive time, so it is a bit longer, especially compared to some of the other divers who are diving down to 100 meters at around that same time. Okay, on his way up.
80 up.
You can see now a bit more of a faster amplitude, as you were talking about before.
A small amplitude and quite fast movement, in the difference with Rafael that we saw before. We have a good, we had a good zoom on his hand now from the dive eye. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I can see. No, he's putting a lot of strength. Probably has his legs are have some lactic acid, and of course he's struggling a bit to push, but he knows this feeling, of course. Dean is an experienced freediver, so
yes, absolutely.
That's not a problem for him to come up like that.
30 up.
Yeah, his kicking is definitely slowing down a little bit. That lactic acid feels very heavy in the legs.
Yeah.
But technique still looks quite good. Still kicking from the hips rather than bending more in the knees.
That's right. He keeps the technique, but we can feel for him that he is struggling. Huh?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to find a line. Okay. Looks good. It looks good. Okay, it's good. It's fine. It was a tiring experience for him, but it's still very good. Still fine. Very fine.
Keep breathing. Ooh.
Who's coming back?
So he gave 2 okay signs. If I remember correctly, giving 2 okay signs is generally a disqualification.
But I think he finished the protocol, so he gave the okay sign, said I am okay, and then after some seconds,
Okay.
he gave again the okay sign, maybe to say okay, I'm fine,
Okay.
or I broke bad the tag or whatever. So it's not a problem. So
Okay.
he gets a white
Perfect.
card.
Got
and
the
I
white
think it's,
card.
quite logical.
Perfect. And it's important to note that all the results that we see right now are preliminary, pending a judge's review.
That's it.
So the results that we see today, like now on the live stream, could change. As we saw yesterday with Jayku, her white card changed to a red card after review by the judges. And then judges or athletes are also allowed to, they are able to protest the results if they so choose. So we'll see what happens, but for the moment, that is a white card for Dean Schipolina. Okay. So we're at the back of the boat where we are loading and unloading people at the moment.
So we have some. Okay. So in the 2 next dives.
Okay. There they are.
There they are. We can see some pictures of the guys coming back to the beach
Cool.
after the dives.
Yeah.
So here the setup is absolutely beautiful. We can take a look at the land.
Yeah.
We've just seen it's absolutely beautiful jungle style with long stretches of beaches and sand. It's so beautiful,
It's
really.
stunning. It's
Yeah.
a stunning location. I mean, and we're so close to shore. It's a 5-minute boat ride, and we have unlimited depth here. I think
right.
we're floating over like 200 meters of depth.
And we are maybe 100 meters far from the shore,
Yeah.
the coastline. And when you reach the beach with the sand, you see this absolutely beautiful turquoise waters.
Oh,
that's so beautiful.
It's amazing. Flying in, I took so many photos from the airplane, just being like, "Oh my God, that's beautiful. That's such. Oh my God, this one too." Ah.
It's really a postcard landscape.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. It's a beautiful location, one of the premier dive locations in the world as well. And yeah, if anybody is ever looking for a dive location for a bit of vacation as well, definitely consider Roatan. Okay, up next we have Michael Cohe of Chinese Taipei. Announced 91 meters. Cool. Announced 91 meters. And will be beginning his dive shortly. Okay. Let me quickly pull up my notes for Michael. He sent me a few last night while we were chatting over dinner. For those that don't know, it is Enchante Gallardo's birthday today. She was diving yesterday, what did she do yesterday? I believe she did 88 and a continental record for North America. We went out for dinner last night, a few of us, and as freedivers do, we started talking about freediving. And Michael was sharing a bit about his history and about the dive that he was doing today. He has announced 91 because at last year's depth competition in Cyprus, he was really struggling with 81. He showed up, he had done 81 before in the past. He was ready to go, and he was going to set a national record during that competition, during the pre-comp, and that was something that divers were allowed to do. So he went for 81, had a blackout, waited a day, had another blackout, trying it the next day after that, and basically started off the competition with a bunch of really frustrating dives. And he's done a lot of growing, a lot of training since then. He just came from Vertical Blue, where he did a national record for 92 meters. And today he's just sort of proving to himself that in a year's time he has really grown, he has achieved so much, and this is more of a symbolic dive for him.
Okay, that's impressive, really. This the guys coming from Taipei that we
Yes.
have on the
Yep.
list right now. We have 3 guys diving almost in a row, and they are strong. They are making deep dives now in the 90 range, and we are in bifins. We'll see in free immersion and concentrate what they can do. And it's impressive to see the level that is really increasing and so fast.
Yeah, I mean, in a year they've pushed for an extra 10 meters.
Yeah, exactly, and that's very nice. That's nice to see these newcomers that probably will also challenge the top level freedivers in some years, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as I know, Michael's only been diving for about 2, maybe 2.5 years. He's very new to the sport and really blasting out these dives.
We have a lot of people now coming from Taipei, from Korea. Which is quite new. Well, new in the sense that it's 5-6 years now. And 10-15 years ago there was almost nobody from these countries, and now they are strong and they train a lot. When I was in Dahab, I met a lot of them, and they are training a lot in Dahab. So, but not only in Dahab, of course.
Of course,
but these guys are strong and are gonna get stronger for sure. When I see them diving, like we can see Michael right now, he has a very good technique,
Yeah,
streamlined.
very streamlined.
Yeah, very good finning technique too. Look at 30 meters, he begins his free fall with some extra movements. It's good.
Yeah. A lot of divers will sort of transition slowly from kicking into a free fall by doing the arm pull and then slowing the finning down quite a lot.
Down.
50 seconds.
60. Down.
Looking very nice and relaxed, toes pointed,
1 minute.
really straight line.
So now what it is funny how he puts his hand along his butt with a really flat hand. So it's good, it's streamlined, it's a good technique, but it's it's not really common the way he's doing that.
120.
Okay.
Touchdown. It's coming up.
Touchdown coming up, 91 meters, he's good. So he's putting his tag on the wrist directly.
80. Up.
Coming up, back up,
140.
still strong.
70.
There's no
up.
currents today, even if sometimes it can look like, but sometimes I've seen some free divers pulling a bit the line with the lanyards,
Up.
which of course might let us think that there's some current, but that's not the case. So if
Right.
you take a look right now at Michael,
50.
he's
up.
pulling slightly the line,
Yeah.
very slightly, but which is not top efficiency,
40
but
up,
this is still
diver
good.
with
This is still good.
No, it still looks very, very clean, very relaxed.
30. Up.
Meeting the safeties now.
Twenty. Up.
Okay.
Okay, coming back to the line, he's preparing to surface. He's good. Okay, releasing, and now you see he's exhaling very late this time. We didn't see exhaling before the surface, but he looks strong.
Looking
he
nice and
looks
fresh.
strong, Michael.
Yeah.
Very strong. That's
Yeah.
good.
Easy.
Easy, like it looks very easy, really, for 91 meters dive in by fin. That's good. He's happy. He's happy. He stays up the line, so he doesn't want his airways to be in the water. But maybe there are some waves, some small waves right now, but never know. Sometimes the boat comes by and it's bigger dives.
Okay. And a white
Very
card.
nice for Michael.
Very nicely done.
Very strong dive. Congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, beautiful dive, making it look really easy. I mean, 91-meter dives are, you know, we're going through them like they're kind of nothing, but 91 meters is really deep. And yeah, I mean, these divers are just looking so relaxed, so confident, so strong. It's really a testament to the amount of training and time that they put into this sport.
And after this very nice dive from Michael, we have another guy from Taipei coming. We are really reaching the deepest dive right now, and we have the 4 dives to come are on the 4 top dives. So let's see what they can do.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry.
There we see Shaika on the platform. I believe that is that will be Alex or Alejandro.
Yes, she's going to coach Alejandro Linas from Colombia. We're gonna see that afterwards.
And now we have Jayku, also of Chinese Taipei, announced 93 meters with an announced dive time of 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Divers do announce their dive time, sort of as an estimate. Dive time does not actually matter in terms of their overall scoring, but it's helpful for the safety team to know an estimate of when they should be going down to support the athlete. They are also being told where the divers are. They're being told where the divers are with the sonar that we have. They're also being watched on the dive eye, which has the depth as well.
What we see right now are the doctors from the competition. They give a good help, of course, and an important help to the free divers. They are always ready to help to safety if needed, and after some dives.
Yes.
Just before we have one dive that the end was okay from the free diver, but he was not feeling good, so he went to the doctors and was taken in charge and really quickly.
Yeah.
And no problem for him, of course.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is like this event is so well prepared and planned for. In the opening event, we also go over stuff like the evacuation plan, what the plan is if a diver needs to be escalated from a blackout to other kinds of medical emergencies. All of that is taken care of, and it's a testament to the event organizer who has put this all together. We really appreciate their work in keeping our divers safe, allowing them just to focus on the fun and the diving.
Jayku getting ready.
In your experience, what do you find divers like to do during this sort of 5-minute chunk of time when they're preparing and getting ready?
So during these 5 minutes, the most important is really to find the top relaxed state, of course, and to have a proper breathe up, which means to breathe quietly, properly, with deep breathing, deep inhaling, deep exhaling, really relaxed, and to put yourself in the full focus for the dive. During the dives, there are different phases, and the deep phases you have to be absolutely focused for the equalization, particularly, which is a major concern. So this is very important to be fully focused. And during this phase, these 5 minutes before the dive, to get ready and to enter this focused state.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is too is like each diver is different. So some divers get into that focus state by thinking of the dive itself. Others will get into that state by thinking about loved ones or doing something like a physical body scan.
That's it. Positive thinking, positive thoughts.
1 minute.
Any images that can be positive for them and that can give them a good feeling and good relaxed state.
Right.
And keep them focused.
Right, and all of that then leads a diver to be more relaxed when diving, and also being able to reduce the heart rate from the surface. Because I mean, with these deep dives, the more we're able to relax and slow down the body and the metabolism of oxygen, the longer they are able to actually do their dive, conserve their energy for their finning, and all of that.
That's right. The more bradycardia they will get before the dive. So bradycardia is when you have a lowering heart rate. The better your dive is going to be, the better relaxed state you're going to reach, and of course the less consumption of oxygen you're gonna have. So the biggest dive you can do in this case, according to your level.
Right. Well, and that's even why we've started calling this phase the relaxation phase rather than the breathe up. And a lot of education systems have switched from the breathe up, which is sort of as far as I know, a relic from when freedivers would usually hyperventilate before starting their dive, to now calling it the relaxation phase, where the main goal is actually just to relax the body, relax the mind, and prepare for the dive itself.
That's right.
20 seconds.
The breathing is very important, but it is important to focus on this relaxed state before going. So we see Jayku with his very long fins. Getting slower now.
40 down.
Yeah, about a meter per second.
But still finning. He's at 44 meters. He stopped finally. So that's good for him.
Yeah.
Can
50 down.
a good speed. Good descent speed, which is important.
Yes.
The conditions are in the water absolutely awesome. Today we have more than 35 meters visibility.
More than 35.
More than 35. I was looking at the bottom plate on the warm-up planes, and I asked the guy, what is the depth? And he told me, 35 meters. So I said, wow, amazing. I could see the bottom plate at 35 from the surface.
That's pretty incredible.
That's absolutely incredible. And the water temperature is 30 degrees centigrade.
30, okay.
That's huge also. That's absolutely unique. That's really typical from tropical countries, but also very consistent. Okay.
Touchdown.
140.
Okay.
Coming up.
Jay, grab the tag and slowly put it in his hood. Relax, and then he goes fast since the beginning of the ascent. He's pushing
80 up.
strong right now.
Well, and a diver needs to push harder at the bottom because they're so negatively buoyant.
70
That's
up.
right. Really, he has this feeling of a kind of weight he has to bring back up.
60 up.
220.
He looks good. He looks
50
fast.
up.
Okay.
We can see the power
40 up.
behind these kicks in his
Diver with
legs.
safety.
Yeah, and we can see too that now he's becoming a bit more tired.
Yes.
So his legs, his legs movements are not so precise. He has tired legs right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I would too. Yeah, it's definitely
Feeling the lactic acid probably.
Yeah.
20
Trying
up.
to keep the movement, of course, but struggling with this pain in the legs.
right. Well, and with the lactic acid buildup, you sort of lose control of the fine, like the smaller muscle groups that help you sort of keep the control of the technique, and so you sort of rely instead on the big muscle groups, and that's sort of why you can see the technique fall apart a little bit.
Floating for a while and exhaling on the surface, which is different from what we've seen before. Okay, he's so relaxed. He's so relaxed.
Yeah.
Really relaxed. That's a very, very nice dive. After the one from Michael, that was easy to, if we can say. We have Jay, who made a very good dive.
Yeah.
He took his time, relaxed on the surface. Really, that's a very solid dive.
White cards.
That's
Okay.
a white card.
And that's a white card. Very
Congratulations.
nice.
Woo. Congratulations, Jay.
Yeah, beautiful dive.
So he's a bit longer than what he announced, 8 seconds more. Probably the last second of his dive where he was a bit slower than what he had planned.
Mm. Okay.
And now we are entering the podium zone with the three possible 4 guys that can go on the podium. Of course, according to what they do, they can free a place too. So everything is open for them.
Yeah.
We have Alejandro right now. We have Walid and we'll have Abdel afterwards. So that's the top 3 coming,
That's right.
and we are very happy to follow that.
Mm. Can you talk a little bit about what goes into the planning for what a diver announces? Like how a diver will decide what to announce the night before?
That's a very good question, because it's not that easy to answer. Each freediver has a different tactic or strategy to make this announcement. It depends about, of course, their own experience, maybe their coaches also, because if they have a coach, they can help them for this announcement. It's really tricky, because the thing is to announce something that corresponds to their level, what they are able to achieve, to what they were able to achieve during the training, but also to take into account the pressure, the stress they will have during the competition. This is a World Championship, and during a World Championship, the pressure, the stress is at the top level. This is a very important to take this into account, because with the stress, the dive you can achieve is absolutely not the same one as when you don't have stress.
Right.
Of course, the stress is not the same for each freediver. That's some freediver really they are subject to this stress a lot, and then they can really have a strong stress during a championship or any competition, and maybe they are not able to do more than 10 or 20% less than what they can do in training.
Right.
In training. And some others, they have this kind of increase of energy, and that the stress gives them for the competition.
Right.
Increase of power, and suddenly they feel like they are great, and they feel great, and they are able to do better performances. So this is the challenge for the announcement is to take all of this into consideration. So what will I be able to do tomorrow, taking into account my own personality, what I'm able to do in competition or not, if the stress is pushing me. The stress is also in link with maybe my sponsors, what I would like to do, my family. I don't know if my family is watching me. It can be any external aspect.
Yeah. And so then, how is that different for a diver who's going to be trying to go for the podium?
Of course, when you go for a podium, and when you know that you go for a podium, you have an extra stress and extra pressure, especially if you're not used to that the first time. That's the case for Alejandro right now. So Alex is a quite newcomer in competition. He's becoming a very good freediver coming from Colombia. I've seen him during the trainings, and he was doing PBs after PBs.
Okay.
So he's in a full improvement phase right now.
Okay.
He feels very, very good, very fine, and really he's a very good freediver. He has a very good technique. We're gonna see him going down, and I'm sure for his announcement he was probably asking himself what will he be able to do today. And I don't know how much he did in training in constant weight by fins. Do you have an idea, Brandon?
Offhand, let me quickly check here. In training, he's done 93.
93, okay. I don't know if it's the latest information.
Right,
because,
it could be different.
That, yeah, has done another training. So the challenge for him, of course, to know to the 96. Is it more than his PB or is it close to his PB? I mean, he maybe did that already in training. Or not far. He's not far from his PB. Whatever.
No, definitely
He's
not.
in a full improvement phase. He's feeling very good. All his dives were perfect during trainings, and always PBs and PBs. So I think he's knowing that he can be on the podium, minimum third place, probably puts him an extra pressure.
Sure.
Let's see how he can handle that.
Yeah.
He has a good coach, Shaika. We have
She's
Shaika Kuman.
fantastic athlete as well.
Yeah, right. That's right. She was not happy yesterday because, of course, she finally her dive was not finally validated. She did a very good dive, but she will come back on the next disciplines, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But now we have Alejandro, and Alejandro, I think he's going to do other disciplines too, like free immersion, probably constant weight regularly.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know about no fins, but let's see.
Cool.
Now he's packing and he's going to start. Alejandro, he's going for the third place. Let's go.
And also a new continental record if he does complete the dive with a white card. And the current Colombian national record is set at 82 meters by Cristian Castaño.
On the line, we have Alejandro Linas from Colombia.
Who I believe set that at the
96 meters.
Charm
Dive time is
Depth
3:00.
Cup in November
This
of
is a
2021.
continental record attempt.
That was a comp that I was diving at.
Alejandro is taking a nice start. His duck dive was not perfect. He was a bit far from the line, but it's okay. Everything is fine. Alejandro is very tall and he's very fit too. So he's perfectly prepared for this event.
Yeah. You can see his cheeks are puffed out with his mouth fill.
40
She will take down only that air in his cheeks and in the back of his mouth and throat to 96 meters.
50 down.
If we look very closely, we'll see potentially him squeezing his cheeks with a mouth fill. Rather than with Frenzel, where you use your tongue as you start, with cheeks you start by squeezing your cheeks almost like you're smiling. You puff your cheeks out and then smile a little bit and then release. Smile and then release.
120.
80
He looks
down.
very relaxed, but he's not. He has to change his position. He's losing a bit the line slightly, but with a small.
130.
It's okay.
90 down.
Everything looks good for Alejandro.
Touchdown.
Reaching the depths, 96.
Coming up.
Up. He lost the tag, or no, he picked it up, but
it
there's
is on
another
his-
one that fell down.
Okay.
Okay,
90
good.
up.
So he got the tag. And it's coming back up. He has the hand aside the body, you can along the body. That's,
150.
okay,
80
there's
up.
two different techniques, and we could see some people put their arms in front. That's what he does
Okay.
right now.
There we go.
After a while,
70 up.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, some divers will wait until they're a bit off the bottom to move their arms up again to try and do nice and slow movements and not open themselves up to that pressure that we were talking about earlier.
exactly. That's it. That's a way to lower down the risk of making a squeeze down.
Exactly.
220.
He's coming back up. He looks strong. Everything is fine for him. We reached the 40 meters mark.
40
Oh,
up.
look, he's
Final
doing
with safety.
he's doing a small joke to the safety. I don't know if it's a really good plan. Never know if the plan gets hard in the end. You know, I would not do that for World Championships. If you
Yeah.
want to do it at training, do it. But this joke might cost a lot. But let's see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Exactly. He looks strong. He looks good.
Yeah.
On the line, putting out his nose clip
Yep.
now.
Letting the air
Exhaling.
escape throughout his nose.
He's good. He's well.
Okay. Wish he'd keep his mouth a little bit
he's
higher
good.
above
Yeah,
the water.
Exactly. I would do that also because he's very close to the water. Never know if he's okay. But if he's good, he's
Yeah.
good. I think it's going to be a white card.
Yeah.
Hey, he's good. Really, he's really solid. That's a very solid dive.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Really, I'm impressed. I've seen him doing the training.
That's a white card.
Congratulations, Alejandro.
Right.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Yeah, beautiful dive.
That's a beautiful dive, and that's at least the third place on the podium.
At least third place.
Congratulations, Alejandro.
And new continental and national record.
Exactly, a new continental and national record.
Beautiful.
I think it's the first World Championship for Alejandro, and I'm not sure
believe
about.
so.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the competition. I'm not sure he did a lot. So that's to have a third place on the World Championship, such a great dive, easy dive.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing result. Congratulations, Alejandro.
Yes, absolutely.
And now we have Walid coming on the live. Walid is a serious, excellent freediver in the world of freediving since years now. He's in freediving for more than 12 years, I would say, even maybe a bit more if I remember well. He's a very good freediver, impressive freediver that has made a world record in variable weight 2 years ago, if I remember well. I don't know if he still holds it, but probably. He's a very good freediver, very good in free immersion, very good in bifins, very good in monofin. In monofin and in free immersion is in between 110 and 120 meters. So it's one of the top world freediver, Walid.
Yes, absolutely. And
the
he
Tunisian guy
trains so hard.
He trains so hard. He trains, and Roatan is a bit his place. He's been living here for years, so he knows everybody here. He speaks fluently Spanish. He likes people here. People likes him here, so he feels so good here. It's almost his own setup.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Walid, we expect him to do a solid performance, but with this announcement, I don't think that he took a lot of risk. 101 is, I think, a dive he should be able to achieve easily.
I have to say, I love his fins and the matching logos and everything. Like, I haven't said this yet, but one of the most important things for freedivers is to make sure you look really good while you're diving. And a lot of the divers are doing that today. They're showing off all their cool setup, all their new equipment, and always a good time.
Walid is really a professional freediver since years. He's living from the sport, living from what he gets from the sponsors. He's supported by also Tunisian Federation in a way, or he was. So it's a strong freediver. We can always count on him on the big events, on the World Championships.
Yeah.
When he's here, he's solid and he's able to play the podium, to play in the first rank. He made very, very important results last year in cash for the CMAS World Championship. So he's a top level freediver. We are really waiting for his dives.
Yeah, wherever he goes, he's always a challenger for the podium.
That's right, that's it. In almost all the discipline except the constant no fins. I don't think he's doing too much constant no fins. I don't remember having seen him in constant no fins, but he does free immersion. He's very, very good in free immersion. That's it. I think it's top discipline. And then he does a constant weight. Monofin is also very good and very solid, and also bifins right now. But I think it's quite new for him in bifins, as this is a recent discipline at this level. So.
Yeah, and according to my notes, the Tunisian constant weight bifins record is open. So I believe whatever he does here now, as long as it's a white card, will be a new national record. But for free immersion, he has the national record set at 116 meters, constant weight no fins 78, and constant weight 112 meters. So definitely up there with some of the best divers in the world.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know if it's the constant no fins. It's his own national record. I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, never know. We will ask him.
We will ask him. Yes, absolutely.
Ask Walid is waiting now. So he's coached by Marcella. Marcella is his girlfriend, and she's also doing some free diving right now. She's having fun. She was an opener yesterday. She's having fun free diving, having good time, and they're always together, traveling together, training together. And she's a major support for Walid, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to, I mean, the community is so supportive, and like all of our friends, we're all friends, we all hang out, we all go to dinner together. But it's also really nice to have, you know, people, partners, close friends coming with you on these adventures as well.
For sure, for sure. And as freediving is a team sport in the sense that you always at least need one safety buddy.
That's right.
And that for sure, if you have a permanent safety buddy, it can be your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whoever, then of course that's perfect. Then you don't need to look for one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's such an important thing to note, is that, you know, to keep this sport safe, you never dive alone. And I know there are many people who would try and argue with me about that, but they will never win that argument. Because this sport is only safe when you do it with a buddy. Otherwise, it's just a risk.
Here he goes. Walid. He has a good start with a good duck dive.
Tunisia. This is a 101 attempt.
And he goes fast at the beginning.
Cutting through the positive buoyancy.
That's it.
This is also a continental
Pushing hard.
record attempt.
Very good technique. You see streamlined.
20 seconds.
20 down.
You can see him taking his mouthful and charging it.
40 seconds.
I believe he took his final charge at around 30 meters, which is a nice depth for taking it all the way down. As we said before, the deeper you can take a mouthful, the deeper you should theoretically be able to go with it.
That's an option. You can also refill.
Yes.
In some other cases, some people do that also.
That's true. Yeah, some people take a primary charge at 15, 20, or at some other depth, and then recharge it again as they go deeper. I do know that some people will reverse pack, which is another technique. But getting this deep, reverse packing, as far as I'm aware, becomes a lot more risky.
Of course, of course.
80 down.
1 minute 30.
Looks good, Walid. He looks relaxed.
Very relaxed.
That depth now, everything looks fine for him.
90 down.
Reaching the bottom plate, and he grabs the tag. I really assume that's, I won't say an easy dive for Walid, but I see something that he can achieve with no major concern. So let's take a look at what he's doing. Of course, he's good, but he's slightly, you see, bent backwards, I would say.
Yeah.
Slightly. I don't know why, this kind of position, still streamlined, but this feeling of being a bit backward, I don't know.
Well, I know for myself, when I'm trying to keep my arms really back behind my head in a streamlined position, I do have a tendency to sort of add a little bit of a bend in my back as well.
It could be that, exactly.
So, could be that. But as far as I understand, he has quite good shoulder flexibility. I mean, you can see that his arms are basically completely behind his head, with his biceps resting on the back of his head.
40.
That's a good position for the most relaxed to be.
50 up.
Okay, pushing, so it's getting hard for his legs right now, for sure. We feel that the movements are not as good. Oh, he's making a small break because, it's pain in the legs. So he's pushing, making a small rest, a small kick and glide technique also for going back up. It's not perfect, but it's okay, it's fine. Some people do that to relax a bit the legs.
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing that again. You can see, tired legs for Walid. So he's doing that since almost 50 meters. That's a technique. pushing, a small glide, pushing, a small glide, and here he goes back to the surface. Now he has positive buoyancy, no more movement to do.
And a wave.
He's okay, he's fine, he's good. It's a good dive for Walid. I'm okay. That's a very good dive for Walid. Congratulations, Walid. We wait for the white card, but I think there won't be any problem.
No, I don't think so either. And to note, he basically only took maybe like 2 recovery breaths, maybe 3 at most, and was totally fine. Which sort of goes to show like
3:39 dive times, huh? That's a long dive time.
That's a long dive time.
9 seconds more. Congratulations, Walid. And there is a. That's congratulations. He's on the podium. He's a silver medal at least.
A silver medal at least, yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely amazing dive. And it goes to show, like, you know, even though your legs can be tired and completely gassed, recovering can happen very quickly.
Exactly, and that doesn't mean that you're in the end of your hypoxia.
Right.
You have tired legs, you still can do movements.
Right.
I remember when Herbert Nietzsche was doing some very deep dives, heading for world record some years ago. He had so tired legs that he was not able to move his leg anymore with constant weight. So he was just doing breaststroke movements the last 40 meters.
Okay.
And so it was impressive because it was supposed to be constant weight, but he was coming back up with the breaststroke movements.
Yeah.
But it was just his legs was too tired, too much lactic acid to move them. It was okay. He was doing the dives, huh? So it was impressive. But
that's wild.
He was doing the dives.
Oh, love that. Cool. So yeah, so we have one more diver, Abdel.
Abdel is coming right now. Abdel is coming and he's heading for a gold medal.
Yeah, heading for gold medal. 111 announced dive.
3 time 1. That's 3-1. It's a kind of magic number for him. He loves this number.
Okay.
We had a chat yesterday together, and of course the question was what was he going to announce? Not to take too much risk, but to make the dive challenging. Abdel is feeling very good, feeling very well. He's a very strong diver. He has amazing dive times each time, able to do dives over 4 minutes.
He's a very, very slow and long diver.
That's right. Very long divers. He has amazing dive times. So, and he's very strong in the bifins. That's it. Exactly. We see Walid coming back. He's very happy.
Yeah, looking good.
And so Abdel is prepared. He's feeling good. Now we see Chantal. Chantal is on his side. Chantal Steiner-Marzin. She's coaching him for a long time right now. They are a nice couple for freediving. So it's very nice. So Abdel feels safe and secure because he knows he has a good coach, because he knows this dive is really something he's able to do. Of course, it is challenging, but he's able to do it.
Of course. Awesome. And Abdel is also an instructor. Yeah?
Abdel is an instructor. He has his own freediving school in Ajaccio. Ajaccio is a town in Corsica. Corsica is an island in France, a French island, about some 100 kilometers away from the south French coast. It's an important island, and Abdel and Chantal have built their own school here. They have their own freediving school. They are running the school, and they are attracting a lot of top-level French freedivers to train with them. So there's all a team here that are training together with Abdel. Of course, Abdel is training himself there.
Of course.
Also. Abdel is ready for this World Championships. He's ready. He feels good. As for any training, he had a small break in May because he had a small injury. So he was not able, and he lost 1 month of training.
Okay.
He's also really busy because together with Chantal they are organizing a depth competition in September.
Oh, okay.
So whoever is interested and wants to come to Corsica and do some deep free diving,
Okay.
there's a competition in September that you can apply to. I recommend you to go there. The conditions are absolutely perfect there. When I was there in July, and there was 29 degrees of water and a perfect blue that you can find in Mediterranean Blue Sea.
Okay.
So like a big blue, a deep blue that is absolutely amazing to dive in.
Sounds lovely.
So do not hesitate to join Abdel and his team for the competition. If you want to, if you are in Europe, it's easy to reach Corsica with a flight, and he will be very happy to welcome you there.
He's such a friendly person.
Very friendly, has a lot of friends on the freediving circuit.
30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite people in the freediving community.
20.
He's getting ready.
Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Official top. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
On the line, we have Abdel Latif Alouache representing France. This is a 111-meter dive. Dive time is 3:40.
We see
3, 4,
one of our
0.
photographers.
Behind him, so here he goes. Abdel is good. He made a very good duck dive, and now he's feeling very well. His technique is very good, and of course he's so experienced with this bi-fins technique that we can expect him to get the best from what he can do in freediving. Now he's doing a mouth fill. You see he has his mouth filled in with air.
50 down.
He's good. He's feeling good. You see, it's almost the same technique as Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney.
Huh? Sydney is training together with Abdel, I think.
Okay.
That's a kind of way
60 down.
they like to dive. Abdel was a very strong spear fisherman. Has been spearfishing for a
70
lot of years, a lot. And of course, he brings this experience from spearfishing to freediving. So bi-fins is really his specialty.
Yeah, okay.
Abdel is able to dive more than 430.
90
Moving dives, I mean. So of course, that's impressive time.
Yeah,
He can
absolutely.
do.
Yeah, I believe his dive in Cyprus last year was over 4 minutes.
140.
I believe, although I could be wrong. That was a year ago.
Touchdown.
Coming up.
111, 111. That's perfect. That's very good for Abdel. Okay, coming back up slowly. Now it's pushing. He has very good fins, very powerful.
100 up.
2 minutes.
Oh, he looks so relaxed.
He looks so good. Looks very good, very relaxed.
$90 up.
He looks relaxed. He's even closing his eyes on the way up. He's not feeling too fast, but he's powerful. But coming back up at his own pace. He's playing on the time for sure. He knows that he has such an impressive apnea time, so he can be relaxed on the way back up.
Yeah.
Still way to go, huh?
Yeah. Oof.
This dive looks so slow and so long. Even for us, huh?
Yeah.
To try to do just an apnea at the same time.
Yeah. No, it's wild to watch this.
50 up.
50 meters. Very good. This small movement of shoulders and head shows that he's relaxed. He's not tense. Feels good. Now he can see the scooter. Safety is coming at 40 meters, between 40 and 45 meters. So that's a kind of a small clue, a small information for the freedivers. Putting out his already his nose clip.
Yep.
Coming back up, relax. He's really relaxed. I feel like he feels very good. 20 meters. Making his last movement.
A diver is allowed to run their hand along the line, but as soon as they go for a grab or a pull on it, that's a disqualification.
Of course, so he has to pay attention to keep his hand open on the line.
Yes.
Not to make an error. He's very sweet.
Okay.
He's very good. Okay. A bit hard. Breathe. Abdel. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard for him, but he's okay. Still okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Nice recovery.
Nice recovery, but still a hard dive for Abdel.
Yeah. I mean, it is 111 meters.
That's 111 meters, and that's Abdel is world champion. Impressive Abdel. That's beautiful. 111 meters, top level dive with so the people that can do more than 110 meters and constant weight by fins, you can count them on the end. There are three, maybe 4 persons that can do that. So Abdel is at the top level of the sport. That's a top level athlete.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to him, and that's a gold medal. Abdel is world champion. He can be proud of what he's doing. Proud of his.
Such a beautiful dive.
Such a beautiful dive.
Whoa. Okay. Cool. So we now have a break. We're gonna break until 11:10, which is 25 minutes from now. So we will take a quick break, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much, Brandon.
This has been
I think I'm
tons
going
of
to
fun.
leave you for the rest. I have some people to coach in the water, so
Okay.
Teddy Walid that is going to dive a bit later on. So I will be happy to join you another time.
Perfect.
It's a great
Sounds
pleasure.
good. Always lovely to have you. Bring such great insight. Cool. We'll see you soon.
See you soon,
We'll
Brandon.
see you guys in about 25 minutes.
Exactly, 25 minutes, and you're gonna have some more show, freediving show.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
K is a manufacturer of premium diving equipment in Korea, a vibrant and creative country. At K, we focus on constant research to develop innovative and comfortable products to enhance the experience of diving for our customers. We take pride in our cutting-edge and stylish designs, providing a sleek yet professional look whether you're in or out of the water. From wetsuits to fins, masks to equalization tools, K has all the freediving accessories you will need. fall in love with your diving with Double K.
Atmos, inspired by the ocean. Location, speed, direction, altitude, atmosphere. Mission 2 is more than a watch. It follows you wherever you go. On the journey to ageless energy. We won't fear the unknown challenges. We won't hold back our curiosity. Your pulse, your tracks, your wake, the direction and achievement in your life. Distance and breath, merging with the ocean flow, our sweat cleansed in the currents. The world gets darker as we descend deeper. But your light will shine through the depth. A variety of color options. Each mission, too, embodies your personality.